Hi, this is Lucas Pylypczak, making my video for MMI 503, project number 3, the modulated delay or kind of dynamic delay project. And for this project, I have kind of two videos because I wanted to show what I originally started working on and what I got through before I kind of changed the idea of my project and pursued something kind of completely different. So for the first part of my project, I wanted to recreate the TC Electronic 2290 dynamic digital delay rack unit, which my kind of original idea was to recreate all the modes that are possible on that pedal. And while working on it, I got the idea for kind of the project number 2 that I took on, which was recreating a Leslie and modeling how that sounds. So I wasn't able to finish all the features that I wanted to add in, but I plan on kind of doing it for the future and then being able to chain multiple of these units together to kind of really make really fat, fully customizable dynamic delay effect sounds. So the main parts of the unit were having the ability to modulate the delay time, the panning, and the dynamics of both the delayed and the direct signal. And you had these kind of 4 modes that you can choose between for each of those, and those were sine, rand, envelope, and trig, and they acted pretty similarly, but again, then differently for each kind of mode that you selected that for. So for delays, sine was just your general LFO sine sweeping of your place in that delay line. Rand was just a exact like sinusoid, but I used it for when I was testing with the Leslie, so it's not set up exactly how the 2290 did it. Envelope for delay was pitch shifting, and trig was gated sine sweeping, so that would mean that either above or below a threshold, you would either have that modulated delay or not, depending on where you were. Then for pan, again, sine is just an LFO sweeping. Rand I used for Leslie. Envelope would do single left to right or right to left sweeps over or under a threshold, and then trig was a gated sine sweeping. The trig and the envelope are not set up. I kind of jumped to my second project before setting those up as well. For dynamics, sine was tremolo. Rand was part of, again, the tests for Leslie. Envelope was compressing of signals, and trig was gating. The compressing is not set up, and then tremolo I didn't really want to set up because I didn't think it was worth it. The gating above or below a threshold is really cool. That's what I'm going to demonstrate in kind of my couple demo things here for this first video, so I'll go ahead and start those. I also plan on adding reverse to this so that you can take a reverse signal, then put that through any of the delays that you have. And with this delay times 10 and having this go up to 100 milliseconds, you can get up to 10 seconds of that, so you can make some pretty cool effects with that. So loading up the first preset and the first wave, it's going to be the electric guitar track from Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. I kind of chose and cut it together so that you get a big dynamic switch between the quieter electric guitar playing to the louder distorted part of the electric guitar. So I'm going to play it bypassing the plugin first, and then we'll roll through a couple presets just so you can hear how this can be used. that is the dry sound. Now I'm going to put in my plugin so you can hear. This is going to be just non-modulated delays with panning going left and right on the delayed signal, keeping the direct signal down the middle. And then we're in the trig mode for dynamics, so anything above this threshold here, the delayed signal will be cut out. That's really nice for having quiet parts where you can have like really full, pretty heavy feedback delays. But then once you go to a louder, that distorted part, you don't want those delays there, so they'll immediately cut out and keep it nice and clean. So here's that. And again, the delays are cut out here because you are above this threshold, so they are gated out. So that is how that works. I'll now put it on a modulated delay setting. This is going to be a chorus, using the offset here to shift it kind of into a nicer chorus range. The chorus will be, again, on the quieter part and then cut out to the louder distorted part. I'm going to pull out the modulated dynamics at first so that you can hear it beyond the louder part before I cut it back out. So again, there, it doesn't sound too good having that there, so cutting that out, you get back to that cleaner, distorted electric guitar sound. Now, I wasn't the happiest with using this last kind of demo effect on this particular track, but you'll get the idea. This is going to be a flanger affecting now the loud signal, keeping the signal below the threshold clean, and then putting in the modulated delay signal in above the threshold. So here's that. So there's that. It's not the best sounding example, but you get the idea of what that can be used for. So that kind of wraps it up for part one of this. Then just follow the link to part two, which will be talking about the Leslie rotary speaker kind of simulation or attempt to recreate that using modulated delay lines and some IR morphing.